All right, so how many of you guys hit Success Club last month? Anyone? Okay. Well, most of you guys that are on here have hit Success Club, right? And one of the big things that we feel has been stopping us is that we've lost hope. How many of you guys went on strong? Like, November is one of the up months. We hit August and September and October, and it's like, oh, those months are just killer. But usually November and December are more of the up months because the holidays are there. People are ready to. I mean, they want to give health. We think that it's a hard time, but it's not as difficult. And what happens is we begin to lose hope. We are sitting there, you're like, yes, I got this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And you're all up and up and up and up. And then you're getting no's, and you lose sight of that hope. And when you lose hope, you lose everything. We want you guys to understand that we've been in situations of that way. And when you're losing hope, what you need to do is you need to reach out to your team. You need to reach out to your upline, or you need to reach out to another coach or your success partner, because I know that when we do conversate, that I feel a lot better. I don't think that we do it enough. And we've said that over and over. We're like, yeah, we got to get more calls in. We got to get more texting in. But when you have someone that you can talk with and help take you out of that little funk that you guys are in, you're going to notice a difference. You're going to get your hope back. I mean, just think about it. How many of you guys have been driving, okay? You're driving, you have the GPS going and everything, and you're all of a sudden, has the GPS ever taken you on some different way, and you're like, dude, this can't be the right way? Like, I've been there. I'm like, this is taking me like in a country road and a back road. Are you sure that this is going? Am I really going the right way? Come on, seriously. Have you guys? You're like, it's happened it's happened to me before. The GPS is sitting there saying, no, you go this way or you go this way, and you're like, really? Like, is this really the right way? And you start to lose that hope that you're not going the right way, that you're not gonna be where you need to be at, but you have everything that you need. It might not be the way that you were thinking or the way that you were going, but you second guess yourself. You lose that hope, and you're like, did I really put in the right address? Am I really going to the right destination? And that's what's happening in your business. That's what happens. When you lose that hope, you doubt what you are doing. When you know exactly where you want to go, you know exactly, the steps are all right there. It literally is the 3 vital behaviors. It's the inviting and building that relationship, and doing your workouts and posting out about it. And personal development is a number 1 key factor in everything. So but like I said, if when you're driving there and you're going and you're just like, oh my goodness, like, you lose that hope. You're like, can I really do this? Am I really cut out for this? Is this something that I can do? I mean, there's how many coaches out there? There's these top coaches that are probably recruiting like this and this, and how many people? It doesn't matter. If once you believe in yourself and you know that this is possible for you to do, then you guys can go there and you can do that. You have to be willing to take the steps to learn what it is to get you to that next step, to get you to that next level, to push you past what it is that you're dealing with. I mean, I get in my head plenty of times. I do. It happens at least once a month. And then I have to remember and dig into personal development or talk to someone and like, no, I can do this, because I've seen coaches come into this that have been in it for 6 months building this business. And even the top coaches, you know, I mean, how many of you guys are sitting there, like you'll see the paychecks or something and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I've been in this business the same amount of time as this person, and they're like triple, quadruple making what I am. And you start to like, in your gut, you're like, oh my goodness. But you know what? They have probably been through plenty of obstacles. You know that they had to put hard work in. It's not something that they just came into. So if it frustrates you to see those coaches that are like, oh, well, they're making like $40,000 a week. Who would like $40,000 a week? I'm sorry, I would. Do you know that you can achieve that too? I mean, think of even just $1,000 a week. How many would like $1,000 a week working from home? $2,000 a week. That is something that is very, very, very achievable with this business. It's very doable. And it's all in helping people, but it will be hard work. It gets easier though. You learn how to manage things. You learn how to get those tasks going, and everything starts to fall into place. You master what it is. But if you want $1,000 a week, you want $2,000 a week, do you think you're going to get there by doubting yourself and by wondering, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? No. You take that steps to figure out what it is that you need to do to get there, how to make it easier, and you push yourself through the hard times and you do it, right? I'm going to get blunt, but I'm going to say, suck it up, Buttercup. You're in your own business. You are running your own business, and the only way to build it up is to go through the sacrifices. I'm not saying sacrifice your family time. Not saying that at all. But you know what? If you're like, I'm doing everything in this business that I need to do, I'm inviting people, I'm doing my personal development, I'm doing this, and it's just not working. It's just not working. I'm gonna be like, let me see your business activity tracker. Tell me, how many people are you really inviting? How many times are you doing personal development? If you're you know, if it's showing that you're inviting 2 people, which is still, if you're inviting 2 people, that's 2 people. But all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm sacrificing so much time, I'm doing all this stuff and nothing is not working. And, you know, I see every single night, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. Or, you know, I mean, just look, it's not easy. But it is. It's relationships. It's people. That's all I can say is it's people. I think we lost John, or did he get back on? I think we lost him. We lost him.
I'm back.
He was like, girls first, I'm out. Oh, no, he is. All right, so why don't you take off, and then we'll see what people have for objections or what they've heard of and how we can help them. So run with it.
Sweet, sweet. I wanted to share a screenshot. You guys see that screenshot there? I thought that was very impactful. It definitely resonated with me. November was not my strongest month. I did not get Success Club for the second time this year, which I'm definitely not proud of. But like my buddy Dennis said, the past is in the past. We're looking for the future, and that's all we can do. I made the point. I reached out to people, and I'm just going to make it a even stronger point to reach out to more people in December, because there's people all the time that continue to reach out to me that I've talked to 2 years ago, a month ago, a year ago, and they'll continuously watch you. And you, like I said, you'll never know who's watching, who's doing the Facebook creeping. But as I was talking to Ashton this morning, I was just kind of reflecting on, because anytime you have stumbling blocks or things, I believe there's always learning opportunities. So just reflecting on what has changed from when I very first started, because I was obviously hit the ground running. I was on fire, got my diamond 60 days and was like, okay, this is gravy train. Let's go. Let's hit it. And just looking back, it was more of I was really into my journey and just sharing it, as opposed to promoting products and promoting the sales and promoting whatever have you. It was more of, hey, I'm doing this. I'm getting these awesome results. If you want to try it, come join me. So our coaching challenge that we're doing is really going to skyrocket all of us into 2015. And it's going to give us, it's always nice to say, like, once you're in the business, you know a lot of people that their transformations, or you get to know, like, I'm sure me and Ashton know quite a few of the coaches in these new programs, because that's something that Beachbody does. They pull from coaches and puts them in the test groups so that they know it's real people. But when we're able to really say, like, no, I know this person, I talk to this person every night, I know this is not fake, and really promoting all of our transformations is going to just skyrocket us into 2015. So it'll be even that much easier to combat any objections and people to say, well, I don't have time. And I mean, we're going through this during the holidays. When's the hardest time to do any fitness, health, try to stay on track, is obviously the holidays. So it's just definitely like that picture I had showed, like that was really, that hit home. The lady who did not hit Success Club in November, she was, I think, almost Emerald, or might have been it, yeah. Making $50 a week, was kind of like Ashton said, losing hope. Is this really for me? Is this something that I can do or that I should do? I'm sure she had, if she has a spouse or had family members that were not behind her, saying that was not worth it. She might have been spending too much time doing that, not making any income. And a year later, she's making over $1,000. She's a 5-star diamond. So, right there, she's helping change at least 5 other people's lives drastically. What else did she have on there? Oh, and just Success Club 19 this past November. So, I mean, there's nothing's going to stop you besides yourself. That's always the hardest. You're the hardest critic on yourself, and you're the hardest person to change. And you're the only person that can change yourself. So just really buckling down. And like I said, this challenge is going to, for me personally, it's really going to help me out to get back to why I started this and what's really my love. And as I told Ashton, I've kind of slowly fallen off the wagon a little bit. I always do my workouts and everything, but it was letting some weight creep up a little bit. So I'm ready to definitely hit it hard and see all you guys in my dust on the challenge this month. So I think we're going to do some questions, and maybe we can do some role playing if you guys want to, and what have you. So I'll give the reins back to Miss Ashton.
Yay. Okay. One thing that John said that is absolutely amazing is, yes, stories are huge. I mean, you should be talking about something of how Beachbody has changed your life, whether it's financially, physically, emotionally, at least once a month. I just put out my whole, like, if you've seen it or not, but I put out a picture of saying join me, and literally went through the last like 3 years. Like, people think, oh my gosh, your life is so awesome. Then I have other people that are like messaging me. They're like, it is so hard to get a hold of you. I'm like, I get through all my messages every single night. I was like, and I told them, I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm like, I'm someone who will help any single person. That's just who I am. And I have a hard time saying no. And I've had to learn, I have to prioritize who I'm speaking with. My clients or my challengers, my coaches are going to come before other people. And I bluntly said that. And I'm like, you know, because he's like, I'm not working with my coach. And so I told him that. And then it was like, hey, pretty much if you want my time, I'm here. All right. So yes, every single month is something small. Even if you make a $20 check, would you have got that $20 if you would have been a coach? Or if you wouldn't have been a coach? No, you wouldn't have. That $20 paid for some gas, right? So share your stories. Max is huge. We're looking at doing something really amazing, a webinar, starting on Monday, I think. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. But so let's hear it. Like, what have you guys been hearing from your like, what's been stopping you? Tell me. Let's go. If everyone's quiet, I will sit here and rant all night long, and you better watch out. I'm ready for it.
I'll tell you.
You're supposed to ask, not tell.
I know what's stopping me, and I don't know if it's verbiage on.
I can't hear anymore.
You can't hear me?
Oh, now I can.
Weird. Okay. I don't know if it's the verbiage on my invites. I actually use Tommy Migrant's 5-step invitation process as far as sending out my invites daily. But it seems to me like 90% of the people who respond to that say, I'll let you know if I think of anybody.
Okay.
One line. Usually that's what I get back. I'll let you know if I think of anybody.
Now, are these people that you've been forming, or are these just people like you haven't talked to in a little while, or is it a mixture of both?
Most of them are people I interact with on a daily basis.
Okay. So if that happens, then, I mean, if they're like, I'll let you know or whatever, then it's kind of just like, great, thank you so much. Anybody that I can help, I'll go from there. But
I mean, I do give them Lindsay's things sometimes, depending upon who it is, of, that's awesome, thank you so much, what about you? And then see if they come back with anything. A lot of the times they just ignore.
Okay. And how many of those are you sending a day?
2.
Okay. Have you been using the whole going onto a friend's and then onto a friend's? That the invite that I shared?
What do you mean?
Did you see that? Okay.
Maybe not.
Let me get on here quick. All right. So I gotta figure out who this is now. I should probably search.
Easy on the keyboards, Tiger.
Maybe I didn't. Okay. So, hey, I only have 48 messages. Look at that. Okay, where's this at? Okay, so this is someone that I found. I just went to one of my friends. So let me show you that here. Because this was what I did So let's say, I mean, I'm just going to show you an example quick. I'm going to Dennis. I'm not going to do it on, but let's say, you know, Dennis wasn't a coach. Dennis wasn't a coach. He's one of my friends. And all of a sudden I was like, okay, I haven't talked to him in a while. I would go and I would, you know, like a few of his posts, comment on it. I mean, honestly, we should be doing this for our coaches too. We should be going on and just being like, wow, that looks great. Because that's going to boost up his newsfeed. And same with you guys. Now, what I would recommend that he does is be like, yeah, I can't wait to try this, because you're creating conversations on your post. That's why if you go onto mine and you see, I'm always usually the last one to talk. Why? Because it continues to build up that news feed, and it will continue and continue. Obviously, I haven't been on my Facebook since whenever, but I will go and comment, and I'll be the last one to say something on my post. And if someone comments, I'll be the last one to say it again. No one's going to be the last person to say it unless I don't see it. Okay, let me go back to Dennis quick. So if he was not a coach and he was just one of my friends, I'd go on there, like a few of his posts, comment on his things. That creates that building up. But what I would do is I would go on his friends list. You can create a message to one of your friends' friends without it going to the other folder. And hopefully Facebook does not see this video, because then we might be screwed. Just saying. I'm not kidding. Now, I think there's been one person, literally one out of many that I have sent. So I would go on and I'd be like, oh, you know, well, of course we have a lot of mutual friends. Let's say it was this person. I would send them a message and just be like, hey, how's it going? Da, 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 da. So this was one that I started. I was just like, hey, Rob, how are you doing? He's like, hey there. I was like, I saw we had mutual friends together and your profile picture struck me. Do you do a lot of running? So I've been doing this with many people, and it got going on and, you know, just creating that conversation, building up where he obviously, where's, you know, what do you do? I did find out with Devana when we did our one-on-one that I had to come up with words other than, what was it, amazing? I think it was. So I printed off a list of words other than amazing, because I always say, that's amazing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I say that probably on everything. I was like, oh, that's amazing. That's awesome. Wow. And I was like, oh, I need some different words. So I pulled up different words and I'm like, okay, fantastic. And all this stuff. And I was like, yes. But anyways, squirrel.
I use awesome sauce a lot.
P90X. I'm like, haha. So, hey, that's an inspiration. See, I changed. I've been working on this. But you know, it's been going on. This is just some person that I randomly messaged on. Let's say I went on his now, and since we're friends and everything, I went to his friends, and I'm like, oh, okay. I have on my list, I created my list, created my own list, and I will go on to at least 5 people's page every single day. And I will like their post. I will send them a message just asking them how everything's going or whatnot. And then I will talk to 2 of their friends. So I'll just go through, you know, I try to look for, if I can see like a family with a mom, that's somebody that I can really relate to. But all I would do is just be like, hey, here we go. Oh, see, other crap, Facebook saw me. That's what I send. And then I start a conversation with them. I form them. And then after forming them, I will bring up, by the way, I'm getting ready to start a new challenge group. And I was wondering if you know of anyone who would be interested in losing weight or getting healthy. Would you know anybody who would be interested? Or do you know anyone that might be interested? Because you can use that phrase, by the way, in anything. So let's say, you know, you're going through these and they're like, well, I don't really know. Be like, just say, no problem. I completely understand. If you come by anybody, please, or, whatever it is that you want. And then just keep conversating with them. It's really hard to say if they're just saying like, no, they don't all the time. And then, yeah, just ask them how their day is going. Keep throwing out that stuff on Facebook. And you know what? Maybe you're starting to conversate more and you're hearing something like they don't like their job or all that stuff. And then you can throw out the whole, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you, I'm bringing on, or, my business is growing. I'm bringing on like 3 more people that are wanting to requirements, looking to make $50 to $500 a week. They love helping people. They're available to work from home part-time. I have a little list of what I send, and that's something that you could throw to them too. Does that help? No?
I'm not having a problem making friends. I've got like 1,300 friends. I'm having a problem getting them to advance past, inviting them and then, okay, yeah, I'll let you know if I think of anybody. Okay. Thanks. On to the next one.
Okay. So you send those 2 a day, and normally both of those come back there.
Most of this, out of the 6 I've sent this week, I'm carrying on 1 continuous conversation.
Okay.
The rest of them have all of them have been something to the effect of, I'll let you know if I think of anybody. You're doing a great job. Thanks.
All right. So what I would like you to do is to screenshot your conversation with the other 5, send them to both me and John in a 3-way message. And what we can do is like, we'll go over what you're saying, because I'm sure you're saying, I'm sure you're not saying anything wrong. I don't use the script. I used to, and now I just form. And when I hear something that I'm like, I ask questions after questions after questions. Like you will see, that's all I do is I continuously ask questions. And then I'll bring up, hey, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you, I'm starting this, I'm looking for 5 new people, and just depending on what they say, you can always throw in something that they've talked about that can help. And so, yeah, I would say do that. We're sending it between the 3, and I can give you any recommendations that I would suggest, and then same as John. And then we'll go from there and stuff too. It is the holidays. You never know when somebody could just all of a sudden be like, you know what? Yeah, I am ready. So, all right. Who else?
Sorry, you froze there for a minute.
Oh, did I? Anyone else? Don't be shy. This is your time to get out and talk. Let's see here what we have for chats. Okay. Well, if no one has questions, then I will take the last 7 minutes here. And let you guys know too, oh, you have a question?
I just have a quick question for
Yeah.
John. I just want to know if you're prepared for the rear end whooping you're about to take this month. That's all.
It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Okay. Well, John, do you have anything to say about that? Or are you just going to sit there and laugh?
I'm just going to laugh because it's funny.
So, you guys, this is truly possible. And like I said too, is learning is the biggest thing in this business. When you learn how to master people, you can master anything. And the biggest thing is How to Win Friends and Influence People. I think I've said it over and over, is literally the best book that I've ever come across, because it's really taught me how to stop and conversate with people, or how to talk to people. You know, I'm always like, I mean, as much as it sucks, even if you're right and someone's telling you you're wrong, and you know plainly, like, here's a dictionary that explains what the word is, and you know that the word is right, and they're telling you it's something else, not to argue, because you're not going to win the argument anyways. Because even if you prove to them that they're wrong, you're taking their face value away. You're knocking them. So it was suggested in his book that you say, you know, I could be wrong, because I'm wrong a lot, and I've used this a lot of times. And I was like, you know, I could be wrong, because I'm wrong a lot. But, or you could say, you know, I should look it up and check or whatnot. But yeah, the conversations that you guys have, building the relationships, keeping in control of the conversation, not letting people take over that conversation, asking those questions, figuring out how it is that you can help someone. Because every single one of you guys are in this business to help people. But you guys also need to figure out why you're in it for yourself too. Don't just say you're in it to help people.
We're not supposed to help people?
Yes, you are. Solve problems. But you have to be in it. There has to be that why for yourself too. Because this business is going to go hand in hand with helping people. What was the last thing?
Go for no. Don't quit.
You go for yeses. I'm muting him for 1 second here. Let me tell you this. I learned in the book, it says, yes, go for no, whatever. No. How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's called the yes, yes. So one thing that I've been doing in my conversations is if someone is giving me an objection, they're like, there was this one girl who just said, hey, or she's like, yeah, she's like, I really want, you know, told me all of her problems, like why she wants to do this, what's going on, you know, how she's eating this and that. And she came back and she was like, you know, I don't know if I can afford that right now. How many times do we hear that money objection, right? Oh yeah, okay. That's probably one of the number one things that you'll hear. I can't afford that right now. And be like, I completely understand. You know, I was in a similar situation, so I can say that. You know, I've been there. It was hard for me to fork over $320 because we didn't have challenge packs. It was Insanity by itself, and it was Shakeology by itself. And yeah, that was like $320 or $350 that I had to spend. And it was hard because whatever. Anyways, back to it. So I'm like, I can relate. Like, you know, I've been there. I completely understand. I was like, so you want to lose weight because you're bringing back all their stuff that you're saying. So I brought back everything she was saying. For one, she wanted to lose weight because she wanted to be there for her kids. Her kid was kids were number one thing. Like, she wanted to be healthy because she was sick of being tired and not able to take care of her kids. She's getting married. So there's like all these things, and I'm like, so you want to lose weight, you want to feel confident, you want to be there for your kids, you're getting married and you want to look beautiful on your dress. And I just kept going on. She's like, yes, 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 you know, like, so she was saying yes to all those things, and I'm like, so, you know, what's, when you get them to say that yes, and I was like, so do you think that you can handle $3 a day for 60 days? Break down that challenge pack per day. Because with Shakeology, if you have a challenge pack that's $180, if you're just doing the 30 days of Shakeology, which that's all you need to incorporate right now because you don't have to worry about that, that's $3 a day for doing your workout and drinking Shakeology. $3 a day. Guess what? Sold. Sold. Bring those yeses to them. Ask them those yeses, those questions. Any of you guys, if you guys ever have any questions on, hey, do you think that this conversation, what would you recommend? Bring it to your success partner. Bring it to your coach. Like, that's why we're here. You're not going to bug us. We want you to achieve your guys' goals because you can achieve them. Keep that hope. And smile. Smile! Come on, people. All right, you guys have a great night, and let's rock the rest.